Welcome to episode 32. So, goals for today's episode. I think we should take a look at Korea in general and think about what kind of unit should remain here to discourage future invasions. We obviously need additional garrisons in the harbors, so there's some setup there to be had, and the majority of our forces here isn't needed anymore. There's no garrison whatsoever up here, so we might want to put some troops into Manchukuo. We also want to have some troops here that are not freshly deployed garrisons, preferably. We want to get rid of these. Hopefully, the Tibetan forces will help us with that. And we got a plan for something down here. We want to go down to Singapore and maybe release Siam at some point. This stuff needs to go. That's a matter of time, though. This will be gone at some point. And all of this needs to be reduced at least a little bit. Which reminds me that we also need additional forces here to cover for partisans and stuff. As a stretch goal, let's have a look at our major opponents. That would be the United Kingdom, which sits at 53.7 point national unity and 28% surrender progress. So this is not good enough. Either we need to reduce the national unity somewhat, or we need to conquer additional territory. Given that some of that territory is, Great Britain, I'd rather reduce national unity at this point, which means we need a bombing campaign of some sort. Preferably convoys, but also strategic bombing. That'll be hard. We don't have strategic bombers, and the same can be said for Japan. It's even worse though. Their national unity is still higher, so we should probably make that a focus. Let's have a look at intelligence. I don't think we need much technology anymore. So maybe let's try that. And the same with the United Kingdom. Forget about the technology. Let's try to disrupt national unity and get them to surrender. I'm not sure if we will be able to do that though. This stuff we will sort that. They need to remain here, I think. And we need a ton of garrisons now. Hopefully there's additional leaders at the end of 42 here. We're close to crossing into 1943. This stuff seems reasonable. This seems reasonable too. This garrison is not needed anymore, I think. Let's have a look at partisan activity. There's none whatsoever up here. So we'll redeploy those down here. There is partisan activity in here. And I think this, well, I don't know, there's none here either due to the presence of a garrison. Maybe due to the fact that it's freshly captured territory, not sure. More or less the whole of India, though, seems to have partisan activity. So we might want to spread some militia with police. Yeah, security units, which... do we have those at all? I don't know. That said, we can probably redo some of this stuff. No, we can't. But we could use the existing militia and just build the police units. Okay, we also need a ton of garrisons up here. So, let's go through this one by one. I think they are doing fine. These provinces are bombed out of supplies, I think. Yeah, and infrastructure alongside it. That's okay. These down here, we could use some additional units here. Not direly needed though. To have them over here is probably not a bad idea. This is cavalry. They're starting to get into the range of Imerki HQ though, so let's attach them to that. Okay. These are also bombed out of supplies. Well, we're trying. And I really want to release Indochina at some point. I've had enough of this. Problem is we need an infrastructure development project first. Because we cannot release India just yet. Same as Bangladesh over here, which for some reason is part of Pakistan. Whatever. So we need to recapture all of this, or most of it. And then we just need to defeat the British. Are there victory? Barely any. There's barely any victory points in here, so it doesn't matter much. Alright. I guess we'll let this run. There's some attack going on here. This is one of the useless ones though. Off to a great start. Additional rebels. Yeah, great. Oh noes. Doesn't seem to matter much. I mean, it's a bad land here, so mountaineers are not the best choice. That said, it doesn't seem like we should care. And we sank another transport over here. This is great. Good stuff. Let's keep that coming. We'll just drive them straight back into the ocean, won't we? There's a bomber. We do not like bombers over here. Would you be so kind? Oh, they brought along some interceptors. So that reminds me, we also need to cover in the air. We have some interceptors running here as a build. This entire infrastructure project, yeah, that's okay. I'm not sure if it's needed anymore. It did serve a purpose though. Most of the industrial capacity is probably going into shipbuilding these days, maybe also aircraft. Which is fine overall. We just need these runs to finish, and afterwards it will be much more efficient. That seems reasonable too. Thanks. We do not want to pass through your territory. Okay. That's good. They're still ground attacking. We're losing additional provinces to the United States. Can we? Well, it's a bad choice. I would want to take one of these. Just redeploy them down there. One that's not used at all, preferably like this one. Redeploy them down here. I know it's ways away. And give them the job to reconquer that territory. And then we will probably leave some militia down here just to cover for that stuff here. There's always partisans in the mountains. Had enough of this. That's not a great situation, is it? What a pity. Are you seriously moving on from there? This garrison is still moving back to the ship. I don't know if there's a ship there. We have one. That's not great. Okay, I can see that. They're fleeing towards provinces that are taken by our own forces though. He's way too far away from the HQ, so let's just attach him to the theater. Maybe you can do something else instead. Attack those in here. Seems like we need to form a front line, or something like this. Crossing a river, okay. I have a hard time saying no to some of this stuff. At some point, a decision was made to get along with this, and now I think it's no longer needed. Yeah. Well, that will not happen. Okay, that was a misclick. Small radar, navigation radar, alright, and commander decision making. So the commander decision making should be straightforward. We can leave that in, sure. Yeah, it's a start of 43, by the way. Small navigation radar, same. We'll leave that in. Ooh, they are in organization. Sort of Japanese forces. We're attacking them with garrisons, for whatever reason. There's no leader though. Okay. We're still not at war with them, are we? No, we are not. I'd rather not be the one to turn the tide yet either. Sure, if we can defeat the Russians, that would ease the pressure on the Germans. Oh no. What the hell? There's an additional uprising in here. Great. Can we just do some regular bombing on these, maybe? Probably not down there, though. Like this? That would be fantastic. Thank you very much. It's our units that are out of supplies, though. And the Nepalese they don't care. They're just going back. So we need our own units to resolve that matter. Great. What? Oh no. Seriously? Who is one of the provinces that needs to be controlled? Losing Gulf of Tonkin was not part of my plans. Definitely not. Chiang Kai-shek is at max skill. 8. That's probably enough, yes. He's still sitting at 5. He will probably get to 6 till the end of the game. Max skill or no max skill. Okay. Let's attack these here. Get rid of the Japanese forces. And afterwards, I'm actually thinking we should look at the revolt risk map mode. This is no good. Neither is this. This doesn't seem like it would work. Would you be so kind to bomb them out of this? Maybe. That would be fantastic. Doesn't look like these units are useful in any way anymore. I mean... we can leave this HQ over here. Not a burst idea, is it? Let's leave this HQ over here. We will also leave this one unit. Yeah, sure. We won that battle. Now we're going to Lahe. Why not? No more rare materials by the Soviet Union. I'm confused. What are you doing? Okay, this is also attached to the Yan'an militia corps, so I might as well move it here. All these 5 divisions do not seem to be needed. Well, in fact, 2 of them are already over in India, so let's redeploy all of those forces. Get over there. Garrison moving down here. Are any of you doing anything useful? What are you doing? They're already on the attack over there, so same here. We'll redeploy them immediately. Give them a job and clear in India of partisans. Would you be so kind to hit something that's actually useful? The destroyer main armament got upgraded. That's fine. Now we can get rid of this. You know, bombing something that's actually occupied by the enemy, that would be great. This seems useful. This does too. Great. So we need to make a decision here. Some of these units need to remain here to defend against this. Okay. So, assuming Chiang Kai-shek remains here, move up there. Assuming one of the infantry divisions needs to remain here just to cover this port right now. We keep them here. The mountaineers are not strictly needed here, I think. Let's move them up here for a while. Still assuming we put them down here. Who's left? These are garrisons. Strictly speaking, this garrison corps is not needed here at all, but we might as well redeploy it to Mokpo and name it after this this one, and put some additional garrison throughout Korea. We want to have five garrisons here anyway. We'll have a hard time to do that though, right now. Not due to manpower though. I think the leaders will probably be a problem. On the other hand, we got some new ones. Might as well use all of them. Tactical command structure, where does this belong? Oh, that's here. That's barely useful, we just want the superior firepower stuff. I think you can probably stop now. Great. Let's just try this. See what happens. Oh. Well, we did hit something. And it didn't cost us much so far. In fact, I like this. From a performance point of view. Doesn't seem like they have any supplies. Sure. Without supplies they can't intercept, right? As the AA guns seem to suffer some damage too. That's okay. So we will hit the aircraft sooner or later. I think that's one of these technologies that I just forgot. Yeah. Runway cratering is not something that we're focusing on. Not good. We sink all of these transports down here. Which is great. Seems like this has a slight impact on the national unity overall too. Sitting at 53% now. No, no. I think the ones that remain here, they need to be attached to the... I guess it's called First Army Group here. No, it's called Army Group West. What the hell is the First Army Group there? Oh, that's this one. Yeah, we can use that. So we'll call this the Siamese Army Group. For obvious reasons. I know, Siam is down here. Whatever. I'm not even sure if this is spelled correctly. they are attached to something else, so let's attach them to the Siamese army group too. I know there's an army here. In fact, we can attach it to the militia army. But then this needs to be called Siamese Militia Army. Hopefully I'm not insulting anyone with not naming these correctly. Okay. Attach those to the Siamese Militia Army, the stuff. I mean... Oh, I see. We barely need them here, but this one unit is still on the run, so... Guess the remainder of them can help. Oh yeah. What? Oh, the Pentagon got finished. It's not finished like in bombed. Huh. Well, good for them. Apparently we won the Battle of Lahe. Which means that this stuff will be sorted pretty soon. How's the runway cratering going? Barely does anything, does it? I was hoping to hit the aircraft actually, but apparently this is not something that's going on. Do you suffer at all? Doesn't seem like it. Cavalry's finally here. Not that it matters much anymore. I have an idea though. I will regret this later on. Let's do some strategic bombing. I mean, this does belong to the United Kingdom right now, so we might as well bomb their industrial capacity here, which should result in national unity losses. And I very much like that. This doesn't matter anymore. What does matter though is, can we reach this province? Yes, we can. That's probably in interceptor range though. Also, there's nothing of any worth there. No value whatsoever. And this hurt him a little bit. We should focus on stuff that isn't covered by air defense. In the case of the Japanese though, that's really hard to accomplish. There's, I think, up here, maybe. Great. Well, we got the Gulf of Tonkin effect back. Fantastic. That can probably go at this point. Not like Tibet helps us in any way. Everybody on the move? Alright. I'm trying to come up with ideas here. He's still skill level 3. All of these are on max skill 2. He's not. And I'm trying to figure out which are the good leaders. I don't want to look into the wiki. So I guess we just put the next one in here. And let him do some logistical bombing down here. Where was it? I think these two provinces. Sure, that seems okay. Let's get rid of all of the infrastructure in here. And I don't think we care much about the experience of any of these units anymore, do we? We just want to get the practical. And the units, preferably. How's the carpet bombing going? We are destroying resources at least. Not sure if it has much of an impact though. Well, looks like something has an impact. So many convoys down here. All of their production must be convoys at this point. A lot of escorts apparently. And a lot of convoys, yes. We have enough money. I'll try to reduce this gradually. Thank you very much, I know. I just want to finish these units. In particular, the battle cruisers and stuff. Yeah, the experience would serve them well, but I want to have the practical to ramp up production. In particular also because we need the industrial capacity for additional fighters and bombers and naval bombers and stuff. All of that stuff needs to be finished sooner rather than later. There's a garrison. This was not the primary target of my approach. We can use it, for example, over here. Great. That's an entire HQ, so everybody else can move on, right? Where is everybody else? The units here. None of these are needed anymore. least I don't think so. Maybe move him over here to Mukden for now. And these guys can stay as some sort of reserve unit. So there will be some attack here at some point. There's infantry in here. We don't need these either. I mean, I guess let's move them up here to Harbin. That should also ease the pressure from the supply side a little bit. These guys, there's a multi-role in Saigon. That doesn't do much right now. I completely forgot about... Oh, I didn't completely forget about those. They are in a shitty state though. What the hell? That'll take a while. They got intercepted last time they bombed the Japanese. So what do we do with them instead? Down here, there's barely anything. So we redeploy them down here. Hope that they get supplies. Which they just might be. We also reduce this once more down to basic training. Because I really want some of these units to be finished. I don't care much about the garrisons though, I really don't only care about this stuff. And the tactical bombers, I actually want them to bomb these units here. So it seems like free food at this point. He's also not at max skill yet, so that cannot stand. Let's run some ground attacks here. I will probably regret this. Give him a tank buster trade and then get his level down up to max skill. Yeah. They are all without supplies. Additional tactical bombers. What a surprise. This might actually help in some way. There's an airport. What do you think of bombing the entirety of this island? Their industrial capacity on this seems like it. Well, in that case, we will try to put 2 bombers in here. Attach it to the Amurki HQ, give it to some noob. And bomb the entire island. Because hopefully... Well, there might be supplies over here though. Also, there's another garrison or 2. So I think the most pressing concern right now is Korea, as well as Taiwan. Taiwan is kept safe by the Taiwan Militia Corps though, so let's keep that here. This cannot stand, and I want this to be finished. Doesn't matter much, we will create a new garrison HQ here immediately. Detach everyone, attach them to a new higher command, exactly. Attach that one to the Beiping HQ. What's this called? Mokpo. Mok. Oh, garrison corps. Sure. I also need to 3 additional garrison brigades here. Not a pressing concern, let's just run that in series. Okay. And you are probably not needed here anymore. You can go wherever up here. Nope. There's no garrisons. There's 2 in here. Let's make it 4. I will misspell this. An additional garrison corps here. Let's just put some random leader in here. Probably one that has... whatever. Anyone. So that resolves the garrison manor here, at least for now. And they are finished at the end of February. I don't want to wait until then. Let's go down to minimal training. Yeah, that seems more reasonable. I mean, a bit overdoing it now, so they will be ready. Additional garrison brigade, that can be attached here, and then we're done. I also forgot to give them leaders. They should probably have some. Yeah. Okay. That seems alright. Battle cruisers. Just put them into the old navy. I will sort this later. Next battle cruisers should be finished much faster. There's one in production here. January 44? Yeah, that's in a year. That's not too bad, actually. I mean, it's something. I also don't think we need the experience on the for the troops anymore. We need more troops, not more experienced ones. I forgot about India for a while. Let's have a look here. How's it going? Doesn't look like there's much of a reason to stay behind. So you guys might as well go forward. Straight over the river. You might support the attack here. Let them attack over there. Let's have a look how it goes. Still doing some strategic bombing. Last time out we had a look. They were sitting at 53 something. 51.7. Well, I don't know if it's due to the transports or due to the strategic bombing, but there seems to be an impact. Somewhere. Maybe down here too. They're still not doing any strategic bombing and are entirely out of supplies. He never even took to the air. That's not going well. Stop it. Yeah, let him have it, whatever. That seems okay. He's doing strategic bombing. Let's have a look through the air units. These are intercepting nothing. Say we used him to air intercept. All of this area, more or less. I'm really hoping that they don't catch much. This is Fuzu interceptors. I will misspell this too. This apparently was Dalian interceptors at some point. I think they are out of bombing range up here, which is okay. I don't know if they are able to go all the way down here. Let's have a look. I don't see any interception going here. They can go down here though. So say they air intercept here. Sure. They are in San. Great. The bombers down here, I will not rename them to something else. Also, they seem to be suffering for some reason. Apparently, like, the Americans brought something along to shoot back. Whatever that is. Can we do some strategic bombing down here, actually? Sure. The Yan'an interceptors are definitely not in Yan'an. They are down here in Indochina. In Hanoi, actually. So, assuming they do air interception. Okay. Naval bombers are just raiding convoys, and this is convoys. This is okay. He's still not at max level, so it doesn't matter much. Where's he stationed? In Saigon. So let's name them like this. You can't even click into this menu. Alright. So that's the bombers in Saigon. Next, medium bombers 2. These are the ones in India. As I said, can't click into this menu. Alright. Medium bombers 1. These are the ones that do the logistical bombing. They are in Petburida. Can I edit this once I... No, I can't. It does use the end key though, so that works. There's Fatbury interceptors too. They don't do shit. Might as well change that. So let them air intercept 2, naval bombers 2. Where are you based at? Pitbury. Sure. Okay, I thought it used the end key. Never mind. What's this? That's a lone naval bomber that doesn't do anything. What can we do with him? Convoy raiding, right? They over here? Oh, we just don't want him to be supplied. What's this? That's a multi-rolls. I don't think they do much anymore. I mean, there's still militia in here, but... There's no interceptors in here, though. And I really don't want anyone to attack our infrastructure. Or... strategically attack our industrial capacity. I was missing the word, sorry. So, some air interception is really great here. Shoot him out of the sky. Or at least try to. And then we have, last but not least, these ones. These are sitting in caution. Currently they are called medium bombers for some reason. Tactical bombers all the time. Not sure what brought me there with the naming. I mean, it's medium bombers, yes. Also not a description of their role. Multi-roles, tactical, there should be, there. Okay. We will need to push them all the way back. This doesn't matter, I'm okay with this. These convoys are still running. But this is strictly, I think this is only the supply for Taiwan at this point. Okay. Don't tell me we need another additional infrastructure up here. Well, we probably do, don't we? Fine. We have nothing else to do, might as well build it. Well, at least some of it. Will not be built anytime soon, though. This is a secondary concern. Yes and no. There's something I forgot. I know the episode is already 1 hour long. But there's something I forgot here. I want to trade with some of our partners too. See? Might as well supply them. Hmm. What's with Nepal? It's not considered to be a neighbor? They are out of energy though. And very happy to buy some. Let me guess, it's the same for the Bhutanese. It's not. Still very happy to buy some energy though. So we might as well buy their, give them energy. I don't think we need to import fuel. Or crude oil for that matter. Supplies though, I'm happy to import. There's so much supply need. Let's just get rid of this. Might have gotten repaired while we bombed it. This is just a matter of time. It just takes forever. Otherwise, this is okay. Yeah. I think you guys can come over here and help here, in case you ever get there in time. People's army got advanced. People's army is now on an acceptable level. How's the fleet doing? Oh, these are the 6s. Well, we do not have additional destroyers for some reason, though. Did we lose so many? Apparently. Okay. Yeah, they will basically recover half of Pakistan. Or more of it. They don't seem to do well. They're starting to get close to some reasonable decline in national unity, though. Would you be so kind to supply them here? Which means we need additional infrastructure built up, don't we? The infrastructure over here all the way through, to Tibet is really, really shitty. We need to recover all of this territory and build a straight line down there. That will take forever. Yeah, it'll take forever. Whatever. I guess this is what we do now. Was really a bad idea, these three. I don't want to look through it though now. Not right now. Yeah, that's not great, but we'll do it like this. Now we should be in India. So some of the infrastructure here is way better. I don't want to overbuild though. He says whilst he's overbuilding infrastructure. Alright, so that's a horribly big amount of infrastructure. On the other hand, it barely costs anything. The individual unit at this point. They're still conquering territory. Seriously. We did move some troops out of Korea, so that should help with the supply situation. It will not help with throughput down here though. And we need way more bombers. I'm also starting to fear what happens down here. In particular once they realize that there's barely any units in here. They are entirely out of supplies though. They aren't. They're good actually. Well, it's just a single brigade, but they are good. There's no industrial capacity left in here. Somebody might have bumped that into oblivion. It looks much better than at the start of the episode, though. This is still not sorted. For an engine that's ways away from being useful just yet. But we are getting there. To be fair, the upgrade need is kept low at this point. But the amount of supplies is ever increasing. Should try to buy some. They don't want to. They don't want to buy energy either. Can we just put this to Axis, maybe? Bulgaria is too far away. Same are all of these. Nepal. They don't want to sell supplies. They don't want to buy energy anymore. For whatever reason. Okay. So I guess they don't, which leaves us with Xinjiang. That's great. Tibet, would you want some energy? Or maybe sell some supplies? Apparently not. So some energy first. Vichy France? We could buy some supplies of them. And I think we have a land connection somewhere. Apparently we do. Where is that? I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. There will not be a convoy. Apparently there will be a convoy. In Abidjan. This naval bomber wants company. Medium bomber practical is now at 20. Alright. Reasonable practical levels, finally. Where's Abidjan? Yeah, I thought so. So there is a convoy with Vichy France, and we will cancel this agreement. Definitely not. Otherwise, I would gladly buy your supplies, but not with a convoy. Yeah. And this is the convoy with one province here. There's not much we can do about that one. Fighter pilot training. It's on 44 level now. Nav ground crew training can be... This can probably go away too. It's way too early. We still need some officers. We can use the diplomacy, so I'm okay with that. Espionage seems a bit too much at this point. Fighter ground crew as well as enough ground crew. Fighter and naval bombers. Yeah, I would very much like to do that. Problem is, I do not have the convoys, and I do not want to lose them either. This doesn't go well. There's an air combat somewhere. Caution. Yeah, we got intercepted there. So that's not good. Thank you very much for trying. Can we do something else? There's no industrial capacity on this island. What's reasonable and possible? Hmm. We should probably also try to use them to bomb the Japanese at some point. So let them move all the way up here. Let's see if we can reach some of these islands. Or some of the convoys that run there. I realize that this is not a naval bomber. Might happen though. There we are. Nah, this is out of range. All of it is out of range. We put them down here. Do we reach anything? Probably butchered that name. That's the wrong HQ. Well, we do seem to hit all of the coastline. So let them do some convoy raiding for a time. Maybe they can find some. Most of the convoys we sink are down here though. This entire situation, the way down to Singapore is really great for us overall. Oh, can you finally stop it, please? Sure. Isn't there an army down there? I see. What's this one called? It's a Prachup Kirab Sum. Yeah, it's called Yunnan Army. I'll just leave it. So I was thinking, maybe we can move in here with these. That's probably a slight understatement, given our dominance in the region. Let's recapture some of India. Four days to go. Look at that supply map mode. It's something. Seems like there's barely any units out of supply. All of these transports are sunk down here. These are all British ones. The Russians. Sure. We'll give them some money. Or some resources, which reminds me. Didn't we? Yeah. We did put in some research into additional resource efficiency. So that stuff's okay. No. Let them. We'll keep them there. Still on strategic bombing. He's a cupboard bomber anyway, but... Okay. So... This is not to be researched yet. The destroyer stuff is not to be researched yet either. How's it going here? We don't need guerrilla well for a large front right now. You can keep that to yourself. We definitely need this. Same as this, and this. Mechanical computing is just a no-brainer. But that said, if the game were to be already over, more or less, I probably wouldn't research this anymore. I wouldn't bother. But in the current situation, it doesn't seem like we're going... We're not doing particularly well. So I'm okay with that. All of this stuff is fine. All of this stuff is fine. I mean, we can research this, but it's barely needed. All of this would be nice. But whatever. We'll put it in once we run out of technologies. Which kind of defeats the purpose. And I'm okay with this too. I wanted to look. 49% national unity. Our bombing campaign has some effect. It really does. I think that's mostly the sunken convoys there. I'm not sure if there's much of an effect due to strategic bombing. I want to try something here. Let them go back for a while. I think they were able to reach this coastline, exactly. So what's in here? Okay. No, thank you. I will try to do some strategic bombing in these provinces, just to be proven that this is a bad idea. Yeah. Okay, I see. I accept the proof. It was a bad idea. We would give him money for crude oil. Sure. We won that battle, okay. And there's additional destroyers. Fine. If we had additional naval bombers, we might as well focus on this section here. There should be some convoys down here too. I'm not sure if we intercept all of them. Probably not. We could also intercept some of the stuff here. Finally. So now we got that covered. Which is nice. Revolt risk seems fine as long as our forces are around. For now. Not so much in Indochina. Oil refining. Oh yeah, it's 44 level. Next one. Additional destroyers. We finished some escorts. There will be an additional battle cruiser pretty soon. Fighters could do with some additional practical that will come. Is there any medium bomber in production right now? At all? Yeah, there. We could do with some naval bombers though. Well, they won't be built anytime soon. You're still not in there. Yeah, go take those. I don't care. Alright. So, given the amount of transport sunk right now, let's have a look at their national unity again. 48.4%. We're getting there. And the surrender progress, it will start to move faster once a certain amount is reached. We need to bump them down to 16% though, so that's probably a bit much. That said, we have a chance to do that with all the sunken convoys. If they run out of convoys, that's fine too. Then we will just capture the stuff. But for now, we're okay. It might actually also, starting to think it might also influence the Americans. But they didn't take any territory, did they? Have a look at that. That doesn't seem influenced in any way. So it just seems to influence the United Kingdom. Japan, the Japanese, not so much. They don't get bombed by us. Their interceptors are just too strong. Just starting to build some on our own to suppress their air force, but we do not have dominance over the airspace there. And we probably never will get them. We can bomb their convoys though. So once the bombing campaign against the United Kingdom is finished, we can do the same to the Japanese. And hopefully they will not get intercepted that much. They rarely do. And there should be some traffic between the islands and stuff. So the same can be done to the Japanese to finish that campaign. And then we should have both as puppets, which might just help. In particular, though, the Japanese are prone to being invaded by the United States, so we need to help them defend this. And the British, there's no hope for the British, really. Yeah. But overall, I'm happy with the progress. We did manage to close that corridor here. There's barely any infrastructure in there, so that build-up will take forever. Once it's finished, though, we will not have a problem with supplies anymore. That said, it's more likely that the British will be bombed into submission at some point, and that we will be able to release the puppets. I also want to get rid of this. Avoid the spawn of new militia partisans. Barely possible though. So we will need some units to distribute it throughout our own lands at this point, and given the size of Nationalist China right now, it's probably hard to suppress this overall. We're doing well though. Victory condition wise, not much. But from the perspective of strategic effects, we more or less have what we need. So supply production went down too. We just don't need any anymore, which means regular production went up. I'm okay with that. Overall, I'm okay with the progress. It's a slow grind. There's no shame in that though. This is just what Hearts of Iron is at this point. At least to me. It always was. So, I would like to thank you all very much for watching. And I will probably see you all in episode 33, if I don't miscount that. Yeah. Also, if you didn't subscribe yet, you know how it works, right? Anyway, see you next time. Thanks, bye.